You got clap, yeah? Aloo gobi, hoy, hoy, hoy. Aloo gobi, hoy, hoy, hoy. सोनी सी लड़की, मस्ती भरी बातें. I'd like to take Missy to a restaurant. We'd eat matar paneer, aloo gobi and eggplant.
I've always gone on about the Gundaa Paratha for many years, and a lot of you don't even know what that is. A Gundaa Paratha is like basically an Indian pancake that has onions in between. Paratha normally are made with aloo, potatoes, and I think that's probably the most famous paratha that there is, the aloo paratha. But I really don't like aloo paratha, I love Gundaa paratha. So today I'm going to show you how to make it. Ingredients wise, I will show you what you need, and then I'll chop it, but I'm not going to sit here and chop it in front of you, and then we'll go to the next stage of how to make it. Okay, so you need 1 onion. I've chopped it in half. That's enough for about, I'd say about 3-4-ish paratha, depending on how much stuffing you put in there. Some dhania, which I've chopped earlier. About 2 chilies. You need some butter. You need some atta. This is made of just basically flour and water, and nice and firm. For the actual onion mixture, you'll need some curry powder, you need some salt, some garam masala, and some jeera. I've chopped the onions. The onions are as finely chopped as they can be. They can be actually more chopped than that if you want to, okay? The finer the better, because obviously the bigger and chunkier that they are, they start making holes in the paratha, in the atta, so we don't want to do that. Here's my chopped chilies. I'm being brave, I actually normally have 1, but I thought 2 small ones is probably 2 small ones to 1 onion. But like I said, I don't really have that much. So basically what I'm doing is very desi style, using my knife and mixing in the chilies. Next bit, this is most important. I love dhania, so I'm gonna get a big handful of dhania, probably a bit more. Let me see. Yeah, teeny bit more, and shove that in there. Mix it with hands. A bit more dhania. I told you I like dhania. That's it. This is a very good desi tip my mum taught me last week actually. For fresh mint and fresh dhania, get a paper towel, wet it, put it inside foil, and then put the dhania and the mint in there and wrap it over, and it should keep it nice and fresh. Now this was cut yesterday and it's lovely and fresh still, so that's the coriander that's gone in there. Okay, now as an Asian, we don't use measuring utensils, well, traditionally. Basically you kind of do andaj de naal, meaning like you kind of just know. So that's a bit too much salt, that is. I don't want to kill myself. I think about that much, about say half a teaspoon of salt. Okay, don't want to use that much. If you do have salt left behind, just tuck it behind you like that. Don't know, some kind of tradition. Jeera, get a pinch of jeera. Now I don't like too much jeera, so about that much jeera kind of goes in, maybe a tiny bit more. See, I just do it by like looking, so that's how much jeera is in there. Garam masala, got a spoon, so I'd say about that much masala. Okay, stick that in there. Oh, very nice. Yeah, and then all we've got left now to put is, I always add a little bit of curry powder into my food, and my mum kind of taught me that as well. It gives it that nice kind of flavour. So I've kind of got 1 spoon of this curry powder, put it in. Now, actually, maybe half more. Okay, so that's all the masala in there. Now you've got to remember, when you put salt into onion, it brings out all the water in onion. So you've got to be pretty quick when you're making the paratha. If you leave this mixture too long, lots of water will start coming out the mixture. You don't want to do that, okay? If that does happen, what I suggest you do is kind of get all the onion and squeeze it in down the sink, and then start making your paratha. Taste it, and that, wow, Tastes absolutely beautiful. Now today, I'm going to make my paratha with pure desi ghee. It's pure butter fat basically. If you're trying to be good, and normally I am, but today I feel the desiness coming on, you use olive oil to cook the paratha with, okay? We have my tawa here. This is what we make paratha on. And there's different ways of making paratha. Some people kind of just use one big, I call it a beda. I don't know what the English word is for that. A ball of flour. And they kind of enclose the mixture in there and bring the roti around. What I do, and we do in our family, is we kind of sandwich the mixture between two bits. So I'm going to make two about the size of my fist. I'm not even going to say anything about that right now. And basically what we do, we kind of keep turning this around till it makes a nice round, which you see on my holy day video as well. It just kind of gives you a nice even roundness, so it helps you make a nice round roti or paratha. So shake off the excess, put it on here and start billing it out. Paratha generally are bigger than a chapati. My mum makes humongous ones, and so did my grandma. Mine actually isn't coming out that big. It's probably okay. That's an okay, nice size of a paratha. Okay, so about that size. I need to make another one now because that will then go on top of that one. Approximately the same size. So again, to make a round, you've got to keep turning your chapati or your paratha around. Sometimes it becomes misshaped. Don't worry about that too much. It's all going to go into your stomach, so it doesn't really matter. So generally, if I look at this piece kind of fits onto that piece, and that's perfect. Okay, although that's a tad bit small as compared to what my mum makes. So what I might just do is make it a bit more bigger. The thinner the better, really. You don't want it too fat. So if I thin it out, need a bit. If it gets sticky, just get a tiny bit of flour and oops, stick it on. Oops, kind of folded over, but okay. We've now got a bit of a lopsided paratha, but that's fine. Okay, so we've got a 2 paratha. What we do now is basically, you don't have to put the butter on the inside. Just get a handful of the mixture and put it onto the paratha here. Try and fill in all the spaces that you can, but don't put too much. Okay, there you go. So that's now got the onion and the dhania mixture on it. Get the second one, leverage it on top and start pushing down, because if you don't, everything's just going to basically splat out everywhere. You have to be really, really careful. Right now, as you just saw, it just it fell out. Obviously my mum is better at making paratha than I am. I'm not that great at making paratha, to be honest with you. But yeah, here we go. It's all kind of stuck together. It doesn't matter if the dhania and the Gundaa mixture pops out. Get it carefully, stick it on the tawa. Okay, so here we have a very weird, odd shaped looking paratha. That can just go back in there, doesn't matter. I'm going to just switch this off so we don't get really bad sound. I've had the tawa on for about 10-15 minutes, so it's a nice kind of temperature. So if I stand here now, you'll be able to see that it's the same as a roti. Just let it cook on one side, just don't let it burn. Okay, so as soon as it starts making a bit of a different colour on top, and it's liftable, just like you're making an omelette, and you can see that it's kind of like cooked on the surface. Turn it around, as you can see it's cooked nicely that side. Get some ghee or olive oil and put it all across the top. While you're doing this, the bottom of the paratha is getting cooked. What I like to do is I just kind of put the spoon into the skin of the paratha, so that way the butter goes straight into the paratha. Okay, turn the heat down a little bit. You don't have the gas on too much, it's just going to burn, then you're going to get upset. There's two types of paratha that people like. There's bolle paratha and krakedar. Krakedar means crispy. A lot of the mums and dads love their paratha to be crispy. My mum won't eat it if it's not krakedar. I, on the other hand, like to have a softer paratha, meaning it's not too crispy. You see, that side is done. Add makhan on the other side. Ghee. You can use butter if you want to. Olive oil obviously is the most healthiest. And then again, just make little things. You don't have to if you don't want to. This isn't the greatest of portions. When my mum makes this, it's much better. And it's cooked on that side. Try not to overcook it and keep pressing it so it's cooked. You don't want any of the atta that is uncooked, okay? What they call kacha atta. You need to make sure you put it on a low heat and keep cooking until it's a nice golden brown. Let me just get a plate. I'm sweating like a donkey on it. Wow. Okay. Put it on, put it on, put it on. Keep tapping it down, turning it over. That side is not cooked yet. This side is lovely and cooked. If I can kind of quickly show you, that's how the paratha is looking so far. Smelling beautiful. My gas is down quite low. I'm just going to turn it up a tad. Keep cooking. And this side has come out lovely and perfect colour, perfect browning, and all the atta is cooked. Don't worry about me sweating. That's the phone going. It's probably someone calling to offering me a cooking show. Right, that's done. Stick it on there. It's down there. And voila, we have a Gundaa paratha made by Missy. If I taste it, it's really hot. The best way to eat it, get some butter. You have to get a big blob of butter, and the way I eat it is basically keep melting the butter all across the paratha. Get some ajar and dahi if you like it, but I don't eat dahi because I'm lactose intolerant. And basically, this is what you call a burgi. Ow, it's so hot. Ow. Put it on the butter. Eat it. Mwah.
Today is gonna be the day that we're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're gonna do. I don't believe that anybody misses the breakfast show with Missy D. Woo! Missy D, the word is on the street that you're very loud and proud. Go girl, you keep it that way 'cause you're loved by all around. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. I don't believe that anybody should miss the breakfast show with Missy D.